Hey everyone, Questing Scribe here with another video for the First Descendant. It's been a little bit since the last one that I did, but with the Season 4 announcement that has been just dropped, and also the fact that we are in the second anniversary celebration for the First Descendant, I decided to make another one of my videos, this one specifically looking at tips for new players and also returning players to the game, since with these announcements, there's probably going to be a lot of people that are going to be looking to come back to the game to experience this content. And depending on where you are, you're probably going to feel a little bit lost. So here are 5 things that you should be on the lookout for when you're coming back to the First Descendant or joining it for the first time. Alright, the first tip that we're going to cover is a pretty basic one, but it's one that I really want to stress. You want to do the main story quest. The main story quest is very important when it comes to unlocking content in the game, especially a lot of the in-game content and a lot of the dungeons. You are going to want to do as essentially all of the main story quest, even when it starts to branch out, because there will be a point where the story will branch out and you'll be doing things with the Void Vessel. You will want to do those. The Void Vessel is pretty important for getting some of the melee weapons, and also I believe Inez has still gotten out of the Void Vessel. Keelan's still gotten in the Void Vessel, and also the modules for melee weapons if you want to use them, and the things that you need for the fellows, which are the dogs that can follow you around. They come out of the Void Vessel area, so definitely make sure you're doing all of the main quest. The second tip, the game does walk you through it, especially as a new player, but this is also good tip for returning players as well. If it's something that you haven't done since the last time you played, you're going to want to make sure that you have maxed out both Bunny and your Thunder Cage, specifically Ultimate Bunny. Ultimate Bunny is a descendant that it is very much worth maxing her out, and maxing her out is essentially doing like a full module set and also full completely maxed out reactor along with the auxiliary external components. You want all of those maxed out, including the weapon, which in the beginning should be the Thunder Cage. And it's similar with the Thunder Cage. You're going to want to make sure this is fully maxed out in terms of the amount of times that you have maxed its unique ability. You're going to want weapon cores in here. You're going to want to have a full module set. So those 2 things are very important. The Thunder Cage is still a very good weapon from beginning to end in the game, and it's a good weapon to have as a transition weapon to some of your more preferable weapons. Like if there's specific descendants you're playing or specific builds you want to do, use the Thunder Cage to get you there. And also when you're leveling new descendants that you unlock, you can throw the Thunder Cage on them as a weapon that can carry them through some of the content as they're leveling. So those are just a few things to keep in mind with that. The third tip that I want to point out is there has been a change in the way research is conducted. So essentially when you are researching, especially some of the older items, we can pull up the library here to see some of like our old descendants and your old items that you can get in the game. They've changed the way some of the things are acquired. So let's say we're going to take a look at Ajax here. So say you want to unlock Ajax. In the past, you would have to usually run, I forget what mission specifically, but every descendant, including weapons, there were missions or that you would have to run, or specific tasks that you'd have to do to unlock the components to get them. Now we have this material called an archive shard. The archive shards, as you see, are acquired in quite a few places, but with a heavy focus in like the Axian Plains, but you can get some in Kingston Hard, the Sterile Lands Hard, so the hard versions of the missions. So as you're doing the main story quest, you will acquire some of these. And then when you get to late game, Axiom Plains, along with, as we scroll down here, when you get into Void Vessel, Sigma Sector, these drop in these zones as well. These archive shards are the new research material that is going to be used to unlock old descendants, along with some of the older weapons that are still in the game. So one that I had started working on, well, actually I can just show you this one here, the Frost Watcher, for example. This uses research material. The Python uses the research material, so there's quite a few. This essentially speeds up your acquisition of both these particular descendants and some of the older weapons, so you can quickly get builds up and running. Now, keep in mind, this is only for certain ones. Like, for example, with the Albion Cavalry Gun, you still need to go in and unlock this, out in the desert. So certain weapons and certain descendants you still need to grind for, but they have made it easier with some of them. So that is a small change that has been made to some of the descendants in the game, along with some of the weapons. So just keep that in mind as you're going through the game and you're getting that material and probably wondering where it's going to be used at. All right, the fourth thing that I want to mention is there are the leveling zones. So this is after you have gotten a little bit of equipment and perhaps you're looking to add additional cores to Ultimate Bunny, or additional sockets for her modules, or perhaps you've gotten a whole new descendant and you're looking to level them, and you're wondering, okay, well, where do I go to level these descendants or these new weapons that we want? All right, so there are two areas that you can go to if you're looking to fast track both experience for descendants and weapons. These are not the only areas that you can go to gain this. This is just areas that the community has settled on as being good ones to kind of churn out that experience quickly. For descendant experience, if you go to the White Knight Gulch in hard mode, you're going to want to go to the Cooper Mine Blockade. Doing this on repeat, it gives certain things. Like I said, you'll get a few things, but nothing like totally crazy here. But as you can see, each wave you progressively gain more experience for your character. Now keep in mind, this is primarily going to be character experience. There's a little bit of RK experience, but not much. So if you're looking to level a descendant, going here is good for that. Now if you're looking to level up weapons, you're going to want to go into Fortress mode on hard, and the Albion Resource Defense, this special operation. This one will give you the experience for your weapons. As you can see here, starts at 40k experience on the early waves, and as you go up, the experience increases with each wave. So this is the reward that you're given. So these are two areas that you can go to for quickly leveling. Either if you're looking for new descendants, you're looking to get more module sockets, so you're resetting your proficiency to 1. These are areas to quickly gain experience if there isn't any other content that you're also farming at the same time. Our fifth tip here is going to be at Eckhart. So this is something new that was added at the same time that Dio was added to the game. We're going to talk to this guy.
Just say the word. I'll find out everything for you.
So Eckhart, he's located in Albion, and he has both standing orders and special orders. These are the important ones for new and returning players that you're going to want to pay attention to. Now, to unlock Eckhart, there are certain things. To get his HQ standing orders, you need to complete the Sterile Land main quest. So that has to be done. Once that is done, you unlock the standing orders. Standing orders are static orders that will always be here, and they help you kind of catch up by unlocking certain things in the game. So, for example, this mission here, if you do infiltration missions in the Sterile Land, you can unlock parts for a Thunder Cage, and you can repeat this particular mission 4 times to get one of each part, which gives you an extra Thunder Cage to add into, to build out your Thunder Cage. There are descendants here. This is how you can get Freyna now, by basically using the HQ standing orders. Same with Glay. So you have a few descendants. You have more weapons here. The Last Dagger's here. Sharon is here. So definitely go through here. Oh, and also you have the weapon for the Fallen Hope. But you also have the first fellow that you can get. So the Hagios Sheepdog, by doing this particular standing order here. So an infiltration operation in any zone, you can, and repeatable 4 times to gain each piece. So you can essentially research getting one of the sheepdogs, which can be the first one that you use. So that is pretty important, and doing a catch-up mechanic for people that are returning, people are new. If there's anything in here that you don't have, be sure to check the standing orders. Now, for the HQ special orders, this is also an additional catch-up mechanic. Now, for these, you need to have completed all normal difficulty missions, and you have unlocked hard mode. So once you have unlocked this, this gives you a rotating list of special orders. So as the days go by, these missions will drop in and out. So as you can see, this current list expires in 1 day, 2 hours. For example, right here, if I did this, I could unlock the Snowy Sled Dog. We have the E-Buster weapon that's here. We have the Hypernova Blueprint, which is something I'm definitely going to be doing because I need another copy of the Hypernova Blueprint. So, and you have several that will rotate through. You'll sometimes will find research material. I did one earlier for research material. You also have things for modules. So definitely keep this in mind. This is a great resource for new players, for returning players, if you're looking to quickly catch up and get into that in-game thing. All right, that's going to wrap up this video. Like I said, this is just looking at just 5 basic tips that we have if you're looking to catch up, whether you're new, whether you're returning, because a lot of things have changed in the First Descendant. So this is information that anyone can use when it comes to progressing in this game in its current patch. So this is as of the current build during July of 2026. So there might be more things added in the future. If things are added in future patches, I'll try to do an update video bringing information of the additional ways that they've added to help players catch up. But for now, this will be the video that we have. Feel free to hit that like button if you want to see more videos like this. And alrighty, I will see you all in the next video.